0, 5. So when accumulator is getting subtracted from 0, 5, what will happen? The result will be 0. Okay, and this result is loaded, or that result will be stored into the accumulator. That is the first case. Similarly, the 0 bit of PSW will set. Okay, and if suppose the condition is given as JZ, and we will get the label as back. So what does it mean? Jump if 0. And if it is 0, where we need to make the back? If suppose the back is given here, or that label is given here, back, it is provided with polar. So if suppose this is the case, then what will happen? Here the result of this arithmetic operation is 0. So it will set 0 flag, and if the 0 flag is set, then here it will remain in the loop. Okay. So from this back location here, the program counter will get loaded with the address which is available for this label location. That means for move a, 0, 5H. Okay, everyone is getting it? So this is called as conditional jump. Okay, and here the label is provided, jump will take place to that particular label location. Okay, so what will happen with program counter? So in that case, the program counter will get loaded with the address of labeled location. Okay, or label address of labeled space which is provided. Okay, so this will happen with program counter. Okay, everyone got it? This is the jump if 0. Similarly, if suppose the instruction is J and Z label. One more thing. If suppose here, if this condition is not satisfied, in that case, here, if suppose the condition is not satisfied, then what will happen? Let's say if here the instruction is move accumulator contains to R1, okay, and then N. This is the program. Okay. This is the program. Then what will happen? Here, accumulator contains are 0, so it will take a back loop. Okay. Now here, if suppose these contains are 0, 4, then the result is non-zero, right? And if suppose the result is not 0, then this condition is not satisfied, or this condition will not get executed. So from here, the back will not take place, or jump will not take place, and the program counter will execute the next instruction, which is the next instruction, move a, R1. Okay, or simply we'll take move R1, A. So the accumulator contents will get transferred into the R1 register. Okay. So this is the next instruction that will get executed if this condition is not satisfied. Okay. That's why this type of instructions are called as conditional jump instructions. Okay. So if condition is satisfied, the jump will take place. If condition is not satisfied, then it will execute the next instruction. Okay, everyone got it? I'm not getting response. Everyone got the how the jump will take place? Okay, so now the next instruction is jump if not 0, J and Z level. So in this case, what will happen? Here, the jump will take place if the condition, that means if the 0 bit of the PSW is clear or 0. Okay. So that's why it is called as jump if no 0. No 0 means here what will happen? Accumulator contains are not non-zero, and it will clear the 0 flag in the PSW register. So if this condition is satisfied, then only the jump will take place, otherwise the jump will not take place. Okay, everyone got it? Similarly, the next instruction is jump if carry. Jump if carry level. Okay. So here what will happen? Here if the carry bit of PSW is set, or if that condition is satisfied, then only the jump will take place from this location to the labeled location. So the program counter will get loaded with the address of the labeled location if the condition carry is set, or if the condition carry is satisfied. Okay. Similarly, next instruction is JNC, jump if no carry. Okay. So here, if the carry is not set during the previous execution or arithmetic operation, then the jump will take place, otherwise jump will not take place. Okay, everyone got it? Now, the next instruction is decrement and jump if not 0. Okay, so here either any register or any register or accumulator is provided to the label location. So here two functions will take place in this instruction. First instruction is it will decrement the register contents. Okay, and after decrementing the register contents, if suppose the contents are non-zero, or if the contents are not 0, then only the jump will take place, otherwise the jump will not take place. Okay, so first what will happen? Let's assume if suppose the instruction is D, J and Z are not comma back. So here what will happen? There may be some sort of contents which are available in R0. Okay, so these R0 contents will become R0 minus 1. So it will get decremented by 1, and it will check whether the result is non-zero. Okay, so if there is non-zero result in that R0, or if there is non-zero contents are available into that particular register, then only the jump will take place from this back location to the labeled location. Otherwise, the jump will not take place. Okay, everyone got it? Now, the next instruction is CJNE A comma data. Now, what is the meaning here? It is compare and jump if not equal. What does it mean? Whatever the data which is provided in the instruction, that will get the data, and if both are not equal, then the jump will take place, otherwise it will execute the next instruction. Okay. Similarly, next instruction is CJNE RN comma data. Here what will happen? The register RN will get compared with the data or immediate value, and if both are not equal, then the jump will take place, otherwise the jump will not take place. Everyone got it? Now, the next Boolean instructions available with this branching is jump if bit is set. So it is written as JB to the label location. What does it mean? Here, if the bit is set, then the jump will take place, otherwise the jump will not take place. Similarly, if the next Boolean instruction is JNB label, and the meaning is if suppose the bit is clear, then the jump will take place, otherwise right. So if jump bit is clear, then the jump will take place, and if it is set, then the jump will not take place. Okay. The next instruction is JBC, jump if bit 1 by clearing the bit. So here in this JB instruction, here what will happen? It will only check the status of the bit. So if that bit is set, then only jump will take place. But here in this instruction JBC, what will happen? If the bit is set, the jump will take place, but while taking the jump, here the bit will get clear. Okay, so that particular bit, if that bit is set, then it will get clear and the jump will take place. Okay, so these all are the conditional jump instructions. Okay, everyone got it? Now we'll take a simple example how this jump will work. Okay, let's say we'll take one program with org0000h. This is the first instruction. Now the next instruction is move R7, hash 0AH. What we have done? We have taken count 10 into R7. Okay. The next instruction is move A, 45H. Then 1 minute, move A, hash 45H. That means it is the immediate value 45 that is taken into the accumulator. And the next instruction is move R0, hash 02H. So what we have done? We have taken R7 into the 0A, that is 10 count into the accumulator. Jatin, what is your query? CJNE RN, data address. Right, Jatin, बरोबर है. CJNE RN, data to the address, and here we are not providing the address, but we are providing the labeled location. Right. Okay. So this is just a simple writing corrections. Okay. So here, just like previous instructions which we have seen here, for every jump instructions we need to provide the label. That means we need to provide the microcontroller that where to make the jump or where the program counter will go. Okay. So for these instructions are also for CJNE or CJNE RN, then JB, JNB, JBC, for all these instructions the label is required. Otherwise that instruction will show the errors. Okay. Jatin, got it? Jatin, are you there? Okay. Now we will take the example here. We have taken the count 10 into R7, taken 45 count into accumulator and 02 into R now. Okay. Now here what I want to do, I want to add 02 that is available into the accumulator, into the R0 into accumulator. For how many times? For the time or for the count which is available in R7. That means for 10 times. Okay. Everyone got it? So what is my aim or what is my motive? Add the content 02 into accumulator for how many times? For 10 times. So for the sake of simplicity, we will take accumulator as 00. So we'll get one more program also. Okay. So the task is add 02 into the accumulator for 10 times. Okay. Then what we have done? We have taken the content 10 into R7, 00 into accumulator and 02 into R0. The next instruction will be add with carry. Now see here, why I am taking add with carry, because I am continuously adding 02 into accumulator for 10 times. Okay. Now here by default the count is given as 02. If suppose the count is not given, or if suppose the count is more than or if suppose the count is let's say 45. So what will happen here? If I add 45 for 10 times, the carry may get generated. Okay, and that we need to consider for further addition. Okay, so here by default we need to take the add instruction that is add with carry. Okay, so ADDC A, R0. Simple. Okay, everyone got it? So here I'm adding are not contained into the accumulator. Now here for the first instruction here, or after execution of this instruction, what will happen? 0, 2 will get added into the accumulator. So here what will happen? The result will be A plus 0, 2, right? Or we will write here as R0. But how many times I want to add it? I want to add it for 10 times, right? So here I will consider, I will treat this R7 register as a counter because it is having the value 10. Okay, so I will treat it as a counter, and what I will do after adding the count or after making one addition, I will decrement the counter. That is the simple case. So here I will decrement the counter by using the instruction decrement. Okay, but after decrementing the count, also I want to check whether the count is 0 or not. Okay, because I want to stop this addition after 10 times of addition. Okay, or after 10 additions I want to stop. So what I need to do, I need to check the status of counter, whether the counter is 0 or not. So for that purpose, what I will do, I will use the jump instruction with decrement and jump if not 0, DJNZ, which count or which racer I want to decrement? The counter racer or the racer I will use as counter. So here it will be DJNZ R7, comma, I will give the label as back. Everyone got it? So here what will happen? If suppose the R7 count is not 0, then what will happen? The program counter will return to the labeled address location. Okay. So here I will give this back to this location, okay, with the colon. So always use colon for back or for label. Okay, so here what will happen? The program counter will remain in the loop, or the program will remain in the loop unless and until this R7 count is non-zero. And if the counter is 0, then what I want to do? I want to transfer the contents of accumulator to another register. Okay, with the instruction move R2, comma A. And I will stop the program here. Got it? So here, what I have done, I have added 0 to for 10 times into the accumulator, and when I'm adding for 10 times, after that, the result which is available into the accumulator, that will get transferred into the R2. Everyone got it? So here what will happen? If suppose here the jump condition is satisfied, then only the jump will take place. Otherwise, or if the condition is not satisfied, then it will execute the next instruction. Okay. So this is conditional jump. In the same example or in the same program, I will use unconditional jump also. So here, if suppose I'm writing JMP or S jump, short jump, where to the next location. S jump next, that is the label location, and the same next I will write here. With colon. Okay, so here what will happen? Here, after transferring the contents into the R2, the next instruction will get executed, that is unconditional jump, S jump. Okay, so here this S jump, where the jump will take place? To the labeled location, and the labeled location is provided to the same address. So here, for infinite times, it will remain in the loop here only. The program will remain in the loop, and it will not execute the end instruction. Okay. Now, why I'm writing here as S jump, or why I'm keeping this program into the in infinite loop? Because when we are writing the program in kill, you might have observed that when we are completing the program and when this end instruction is getting executed, then further instructions are also getting executed. Okay, because here the contents or the memory location contents are 0 0. So no operation, no operation, no operation. Same way it will happen. Darshan, what is your theory? What that label does? Label is nothing but the address location which is provided for the program counter. Okay, so we cannot write directly address here. Okay, because let's say here we are starting the program with 0000 location. Okay. Now for this program, how many bytes are required? 2 bytes are required. So here the program will start with 00000001. Next will be 0002 and 0003. Then ADC will get 0004. Then this instruction DZ and Z. Here this is 3 byte instruction, so it will require 3 memory location spaces. Okay. Then this instruction will require some spaces, but the programmer cannot every time cannot identify which address location the jump needs to take place. Okay. So here, in spite of providing the address location, we are providing the label where we need to take a jump. So the program counter will understand that the jump should be taken to the labeled location. So in spite of providing the address location where to make the jump, here we are writing it with the label, and to that specific label the jump will take place. Darshan, got it? Darshan, are you there? Or just asking the question and leaving the meet? Hello, Darshan. Means it is no, Darshan. We cannot say it as a previous address, because here, let's say, if suppose I can write this label, okay, to the previous address, the same label I can write to this location also. Okay, or I will write here some sort of programs. Let's say there are some programs here or some lines here like this, and I can write the label to this location also. Okay, so this I can write here also. Okay, so whatever the location that is specified will be within the program. Okay, we cannot say it is a previous location or it is in the next location. Okay, for example, or for the sake of simplicity, let's say here in this org000h, I will write here s jump, okay, to the next location. This is unconditional jump, right? Now here, after leaving some spaces here, if I am writing here org1000h, okay, and the program is started. Okay, so here the label is we are providing the label here also. We can provide it. So what will happen? So from first in program counter will get loaded with 0000 location. Okay, then the next instruction is short jump to the next location, and this jump will take place to this next address location. Okay, so here there may be some spaces. Okay, so there may be some spaces. By leaving that spaces or by leaving that address locations, we can take jump to the next location also. So we cannot say it as a previous location only or to the previous address. We can take the further address also. Okay, keep in mind label is nothing but the address location where we can make the jump. Okay, so that address may be the previous address, maybe further address, may be the same address, or maybe at the same location. Just like here, we have made the jump to the same location. Right? Everyone got it? Okay, Darshan. Now remaining other people. Okay, so this is the flow of program while we're using unconditional jump and conditional jump instruction. Okay, now we will see the program here. We will take the program with keyless. One more thing here, whatever we have written the program here, just I'm deleting these spaces. So this program we have written, right? Let's jump to the next. Okay, so we have written this program. Okay, now here what we have done, we have added 0 to 4 10 times. Okay, So this is nothing but simple program of 0 to multiplied by 10. Everyone got it? So if we take the program for multiplying 0 to with 10, what will be the result? The result is 20. Okay. And here if we see this program, here we have added 0 to for 10 times, the result will be 20. Everyone got it? So it is called as successive addition, okay, or multiplication using successive addition method. So previously also we have seen one program for multiplication, that is using the instruction mul AB. Okay, multiplication of accumulator and B register, the result will get stored into the accumulator. Now the same way we can multiply two numbers by using this successive addition method also. Got it? Everyone got it? Now we will write the same program in Keil so that you will get the insight of Keil also, how we can write the program. Okay, so we'll take new program here with org 0000H. Next is move R7, 0AH. Then move A, hash 00H. Next is move R0, and I'm doing some sort of mistakes purposely. Okay, so that you will understand how after building how we need to correct the instructions. Okay, move R7, hash 0 to H. Then add with carry A, R0. Then the next instruction GZNZ R7, up. So up is nothing but a label, and then S jump to the next location, and next will be provided to the same location here. Okay, and last one is end. Now what we need to do, we need to save this program with certain 1 minute. So here we need to save this program with the extension .asm. Okay, so here I will write the program as multiplication in successive addition. Okay, using successive addition .asm. Always save the program with the name by which you are writing a program. Okay. What does it mean? Whatever the program you are writing, save the program with the same name so that easily you can recall that program, or easily you can get that program while making the revision. Okay. So here we have written this program. Now the next step is we need to add this program into this source group. Okay. I have already told you how to create the group. How to create the project, how to select the memory chip, and how to go into the source group. Okay, so here I am adding this program. What is the name given? Go to the S files, multiplication in successive addition. Okay, now this is the program. I am building this program. See here, I am getting the error. Okay, and if there are errors, the target is not created. Which are the errors? First is syntax error. See here, the instruction is move A, hash 00H. That should be the instruction. Here what we have written? We have written MOOV. So this is a typing mistake. So it will show this error. Okay, so one error is gone. Okay, we will save this program. Again, I am building this program. Now also I am getting 3 errors. The next error is undefined symbol at the line 45. See here, ADDC A, R0. Now here, what is the mistake? Here the instruction is right. Okay, everyone got it? The instruction is add with carry a comma r naught. Am I right? Hello all. Are you getting it or not? I'm not getting any response. Yes. Darshan hash. Okay. Gaurav. Zero. Right, Riya. Here, instead of 0, we have returned O, and that was the error. Okay. Most of the students are making such type of mistakes. In spite of 0, we are writing O. In spite of O, we are writing 0, and the error is shown. And still, we are getting confused that whether the instruction is right. Okay, the instruction is correct, but still it is showing error. Okay, why? It is just because of some silly mistakes. So in spite of 0, we have written O. That's why it is showing the error. Okay. So here we have corrected that instruction. Still, there are two errors. Okay. Now the next error is again undefined symbol. Now, what is that error? Can anyone tell? DZNZ R7 comma up. This is the insertion. What will be the error? Up is not defined, right? Riya? Here, up is not defined because that label is not given somewhere here. Okay, so in the previous instructions, we need to provide that up instruction, right? Or we need to provide the label location where the program counter needs to make the jump. Now here, see, the error is available to the specific instruction. Okay, or it is showing the error to the specific instruction. But where we need to make the modification, we need to make the modification somewhere in the program. Okay, so let's say here, okay, I'm making this jump. Okay, that means here, whatever the label location is provided, we need to specify that location somewhere in the program. Okay, that's why it is showing the error. Okay, now see here, still we have one error. Okay, again undefined symbol, and at which location? To the S jump. Snail, right? Net is Omkar net, right? So here the label for S jump we have provided as NET, right? And the next label to make to make the jump, it is provided as NXT. So such errors are also making, or such typing mistakes are also causing errors into the main program. Okay, so here we have corrected that error. Now see, after making the corrections, there are 0 errors and 0 warning. Still the program will not work. Why? Because here what we are doing in this program, we are writing DZNZ R7 comma up, right? So we are decrementing the contents of R7. And what are the contents available into the R7? These are 0A. But what we are specifying in the instruction, move R7 comma 0A directly. So this is direct addressing mode. So R7 will get loaded with the contents which are available at 0A location. And what we want content 0A into the R7. Okay. So we need to make it as immediate data with hash. Everyone got it? Now we are showing 0 errors and 0 warning. Okay. Now we will see what will happen. Okay. So we are running the program. Now see here, we need to use single step execution. Okay. So first is move R7 comma A. See here in R7 we have what? 0A. Next is accumulator contents are 0, 0. Then the next is R0 will get loaded with 0, 2. Then add A comma R0. Now see here, the contents of accumulator are 0, 2. 0 will get added with the 02. Okay, and after that, the next instruction is BZNZ R7. Now see here, the contents of R7 are 09. It has been decremented by 1. Okay, so the contents of R7 are 09, and again where the jump has takes place, see this arrow. Jump has been takes place to the labeled location. Okay, again it will add R0 into accumulator. See here, the contents of accumulator are 05, 04 now. Okay, again it will check BZNZ. Contents of R7 are 08. Okay, so it is getting decremented by 1, and the jump has takes place to the labeled location again. Okay, so how many times it will remain in the loop? Unless and until R7 becomes 0. Okay, so see here, R7 becomes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, then 1. Now see, after making next addition, here we are decrementing R7. What happened? When R7 contents are 0, what happened? The program counter skipped this labeled instruction, or came out of this loop, and it will execute the next instruction. And what is the next instruction? It is short jump to the labeled location. So it will remain to this location only. Okay, everyone got it? Now see here, the accumulator contents are 14. Why it is 14? Because it is hex number. So 002 FF, that will be 16. After that, 11 will be 17, 12 will be 18, 13 will be 19, and 14 will be 120. Right? So accumulator contents are 14. That is nothing but in terms of decimal, the count will be 20. And it is remaining in the loop for infinite loop to this next instruction, as jump next to the next. Okay, now see here, if we see this disassembly after S jump, here you can see for next address locations 000 B, C, D, E, every count is 00. That's why it is no operation, no operation, no operation. So if we directly run the program, in spite of making a single step here, if we run the program here, what will happen? It will go into the overflow mode, because it is a sample version or demo version, and maximum capacity is 2K. So after executing all the instruction, it goes into the overflow mode. That's why we are using single stepping. And to stop the program, we are keeping the program into the infinite loop by writing the instruction short jump NXT to the NXT by giving label to the same instruction. Okay, everyone got it? So this is a simple program. Now here, in spite of this S jump next to the next, also we can write the instruction as S jump $. S jump $. So what does it mean? It is the infinite loop, or the program will get executed at the same location. Okay. So you will see here. 1 minute. We need to debug the program. Okay, so after debugging here, after building the program, we can run the program. Okay, now here, and now this time I will run the program completely. Okay, see here, the program is running. Okay, it is in the infinite mode because it is remaining to this S jump location only. Okay, now I will stop the program. I will reset it, and I will show you single stepping. Okay. Now see, when it becomes 0, here the program counter remains to the S jump location for infinite loop. So in spite of writing NXT, S jump NXT, we can simply write S jump $. Okay, the program will get executed. Okay. One more thing. Okay, so if we are not writing S jump to this location, or if we are not keeping the program into the infinite loop, now what will happen? See here, I'm writing this program. Now, what we'll do, we will run this program in spite of making single setting. So when we run this program, see here, what will happen? Here, command is coming, running with code size limit 2K. Okay, and now see, error is occurred. Access violation at C:0x0009. no execute read permission, because it is overflowing. Because the further instructions, that is no operation, no operation, no operation, so such instructions are getting executed continuously here. See here, all these instructions are getting executed. Okay, that's why we need to stop the program somewhere. That's why we are writing here sjump. So here we are writing sjump $ in the main program. Everyone got it? Hello? Okay. So this is the process of writing the program into the key. Okay.